And this brother wears more hats than Nicky Bobby. Super excited. Look at this smiling face. Obviously loves what he's doing. What's that?
CropMobster TV Season 2. Yours truly, Nicky Bobby, is taking off on a road trip.
In the streets, in the fields, in the food banks, telling stories that matter. Local, regional stories of people doing good work, creating good news, doing work that helps each other, our neighbors, our community. Giddy up! Check it out. Hey everyone, Nicky Bobby here, CropMobster TV. Stretch it out. We're here in Jackson, California, which is in Amador County, talking here with Scott Oneto, Oneto Family Farms. That's how you pronounce it, right?
It, yeah.
Alrighty, and this brother wears more hats than Nicky Bobby. So how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Nicky. Thanks so much for coming out.
Nice, super excited. Look at this smiling face. Obviously loves what he's doing. So I'd like to ask you about a couple of your hats, Scott. We're here on your family's farm, right?
This is our farm, yeah.
Tell us about the history of your farm and what you're selling and what you're doing in this day and age.
Yeah, well, so, gosh, our family came here, settled here from Italy back in the 1850s, came here as immigrants, farmers.
Immigrants?
Immigrants, yeah.
Wow.
And came to settle with the gold rush and found that the best way to make a living was to feed the miners.
Yep.
So I've been here feeding families since the 1850s.
1850s. This patch of earth right here, I'm going to pan around, folks. This land has been worked in agriculture for over 160 years.
So we're farming now. You know, it was one of those things that it's right here in your heart. You know,
in the core zone.
The core zone. It's like you can't give that up, and it's just part of our family. And so, you know, we've been trying to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I work really hard to keep, you know, local produce right here in the community.
What's your wife's name?
Cheryl. Yes.
Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Just wanted to say hi. Thanks for your husband's time. You got to make it viable as a small business. What have you learned to do?
Well, so, you know, it's kind of goes back to those multiple hats.
Yep.
And, you know, so the farming hat is, you know, really having a viable economic business plan. And so growing the stuff that makes you money. And I think, you know, trying stuff out, but, you know, listening to your customer base, listening to what they want. You know, it's fun to experiment, but at the end of the day, if it's not bringing in your money,
bringing in the monies. So there's a shack up here, folks, up on the road. You can barely see it. And this is their honor stand. Tell us about your honor stand and how that's worked out for you.
You know, it's all about bringing food to the community. And we figured, you know, the best way to do it would be to let them come right to the farm and get it and help themselves. And so, you know, we harvest, we put it out there, put the prices right on it, and they basically just leave their money.
And trust, and you found that trust in an honor stand works in this day and age. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's great to see. You know, the locals, I think they appreciate it, but they also just understand it, and they kind of almost expect it. Visitors, they get a kick out of it.
They get a kick. Cool.
And so we get IOUs. We get a lot of little notes in there of, you know, thank you, keep up the great work. You know, I owe you $5, or I left a 20, and I'll just work off my 20 for the next couple of days.
Good job.
And at the end of the day, it all works.
It all works.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this interview and the time you've taken this morning to show me around. And I want to also thank you and your organization, because you have another hat, UCCE and the Cooperative Extension Network. You're actually the director for multiple counties, right?
Correct, yeah. So we're part of the University of California Cooperative Extension System, and basically that's you know, a branch of UCCE, the Ag and Natural Resources, and our arm is to bring basically research and extension to the local communities. And so that other hat is I'm a farm advisor, so, you know, I get to work with farmers, much like myself, every single day, going out, looking at their farms, helping them troubleshoot. So it could be existing farmers, could be new farmers that just bought 5-10 acres that are looking to get into this wonderful world we call agriculture.
What are some of the needs that you hear consistently out in the agricultural community?
Oh boy, it's really diverse. So anything, you know, some of the needs could be, you know, could be existing farmers with research needs of, you know what, I've got this new pest, I've got the Asian citrus psyllid perhaps. How do we deal with it? You know, how do we not let that decimate our citrus industry? We've got new farmers that just come into the community of, what do I grow? Where's my clientele? How do I make those connections? And so trying to help them develop business plans. How do you, you know, set up a new business.
Yep.
What do I grow? Where do I grow it? How do I build a customer base? Those are all resources that we try to help, at the local community level.
Sometimes you hear that maybe smaller scale farms are just impossible to make a go of as a business, and what I'm hearing on this journey across California, that yes, it is possible, and you're proving that, and others have proved that. So what do you think about that, and what are some of the keys to making it as a small food farm and venture?
Yeah, I think it's community. It starts around your community. You're not going to get rich in agriculture being a small farmer, but you can make a viable income and living, and it's a very enjoyable life.
Enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's
hard
how you
work.
keep so slender.
Yeah. It's hard work
and smiling.
But at the end of the day, it is enjoyable to know that you not only fed yourself and your family, but also you fed your community. And so, I think, knowing your community, getting your community engaged in your business, and then listening to the community on what they need. So, it's one thing just to say, I want to get into agriculture, I want to have a vineyard, I want to have an orchard, I want to grow row crops. That's all fine, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure that clientele base is there, and the niche is there. So finding your niche in your local community is really a good, probably first step in terms of developing whatever that business is.
What do you think of an adaptation of my nickname, Nicky Bobby? What if we called it Nichey Bobby?
I like Nichey
Find
Bobby.
your niche with Scott Oneto, Oneto Family Farms. We're in Jackson, California, and just super honored and grateful, not only for UCCE sponsorship, but to meet you in the dirt on your land that's been here for generations, feeding your community, finding your niche in life and work. Thanks everyone, over and out, CropMobster TV. Yeehaw! Shake and bake. So with that, I just want to thank you so much for your support. I want to thank our partners for their support. This can only happen as a team. Farmers, gardeners, hunger groups, doing actual work in their own communities.
Hero.
What? Come on!
With regards to grazing or with regards to insurance?
There we go. Shazam!